So the 2018 Mustang is now officially debuted. Ford did a press conference this morning where they released it and released a bunch of official images and all of that good stuff and all the details, all the nitty-gritty. Actually, they haven't said that much yet, but we'll get to that in a second. So if you guys saw my video yesterday, I was talking about the leak that came out about the 2018 where a video was found before it was supposed to be, I guess. I have that video now and I'm gonna let it run right here. It is a Ford official video, and it is just kind of a showcase of what the car looks like. It's nothing that special, and there wasn't any sound to it either. It's just a bunch of wind noise. It wasn't ready for. It must not have been ready to be released yet. It was just kind of like this is what it's going to look like. So that's it. That's the car. I talked yesterday about how it looks. I don't like it. I've decided I like the headlights and nothing else. The front end just looks strange. I can't figure out what Ford was going for. I think I see a little bit of kind of Ford GT in there a little bit, but they didn't do a good job of incorporating it. But we'll see. I'm kind of hoping, deep down, I'm hoping inside that Roush will come along and kind of improve it like I feel like they did with the first variant of the S550. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. So the news. As I said yesterday, the V6 might be being dropped. And that is official now. There is no more V6. Oh, that makes me sad because I own one. This is my V6. This is my 2013. And I love the engine. It's sad to see it go. Car and Driver kind of said, Car and Driver said that they kind of justified it with the fact that what was it, 87 to 93 maybe, those didn't have a 6-cylinder engine. Those only had a 2.3 and a 5-liter. So I kind of get what they're saying. I kind of see where they're coming from. There was a point in time where the Mustang didn't have a 6-cylinder, and so this is a point in time where the Mustang does. I really liked the V6, and I'm sad to see it go. But supposedly the 2.3 EcoBoost is going to be kind of beefed up a little bit for 2018. Apparently, it's supposed to have more power. Ford hasn't said what sort of power yet, and the V8 is supposed to receive the same sort of treatment, which, I mean, that's exciting. It'll be nice to have it all kind of amped up a little bit. I'd like to see what they do with the Coyote, because I feel like the Coyote is that close to kind of pushing its max potential. But I don't know. Maybe we'll be surprised. So, aside from the engine upgrade, there is now a 10-speed automatic transmission, which is strange to me, but that is definitely for fuel economy. I think what'll be interesting about that, though, is that Ford will be able to put much shorter gears in the car, meaning that it will be able to put the power down more efficiently, because you'll have more gears to work with. If you put 373s in a V6 Mustang, it gets massively faster, but by the time you get to the top end and 6th gear, if you're driving 80 miles an hour down the highway, you're at 3,000 RPM. Whereas with a 10-speed, you'll be able to go 80 miles an hour down a highway and you won't have to be at high RPM. You'll be able to keep it low in the revs and therefore have better fuel economy. So it's a trade-off, I guess. You're going to have more gears, more shifting to do, but you're going to have better fuel economy, maybe a little bit more power at the lower end. We'll see. So the new Sync, I'm sorry that I cannot remember the number right now. I think it's Sync 3. Will now have Apple CarPlay. Or no, I'm sorry. I think they're getting, yeah, they're removing the Microsoft aspect, I think, and they're going with Apple CarPlay, which I think that's going to be a good move. I've always found, looking at the two systems, I think that Apple CarPlay is just a little bit more refined, a little bit more simple to use. I know some people will probably miss having sync, but you know, it's like the Apple versus PC sort of thing. Some people will be happy, some people won't. It really doesn't make a huge difference in the end. But the biggest change, I think, of all of it, aside from just the looks, is the new speedometer, tachometer thing. It's all digital now. It's like the Audis. And, you know, Ford, I don't know if Ford's going to do a good job with that. It makes me sad, though, because I hate to see the dual gauge cluster that's so iconic to Mustangs. I hate to see that go away. I hate it, because that is my favorite part about sitting down behind the steering wheel, is looking at those dual gauge clusters and the shape of the dashboard, and just, it is a Mustang. It makes it feel like a Mustang, and then they're gonna get rid of that. So, I don't know. I don't know about it, y'all. I don't know about it. But I guess it's all stuff that we'll have to see, and we'll have to look at it in person. Let's talk a little bit more about the exterior styling changes, because I think that is really just about all that they're changing on the interior. The exterior is receiving a little bit of a facelift everywhere, aside from the big major change in the front end. So we've talked about the different looks of the front end. I don't really want to talk about those much more, because they make me cringe slightly. But we'll talk about the back end. So from what I can tell, the back end has just received very, very minor changes. The taillights have this kind of cut in them. I can't really say what I can't think of the word for what it would specifically be called, but they're just a little bit more chiseled around the edges. The diffuser has taken a new shape, and the license plate surround area has now become a little bit more indented, a little bit more defined, and I think that's pretty interesting. No huge changes on the back end. Obviously, there's a new spoiler and stuff like that, but that's all just kind of, part of it, I guess. I think one of the biggest changes is that we're seeing a quad exhaust on the GT, that's pretty cool to me. I think that's a good change. So to me personally, the back end of the 2018 looks better than the back end of the 15s through 17s, but the front end is just abysmal. It's abysmal. It's a wreck. I've decided I don't like it. And from what I'm hearing from most of my friends who are car people, they don't like the looks of it either. They think it's even less Mustang than the S550, which a lot of people think is less Mustang than the S197s, which is what I'm driving. And I personally agree with that, but that's my opinion. If you like the new Mustang, good for you. Then it's a good car for you. But I don't like it. I think Ford is taking the Mustang in the wrong direction, especially now getting rid of the V6. It really seems like they're really just pushing on, that kind of, it's more sports car. It's more of a sports car now, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but everybody likes the Mustang as a muscle car, and they like that it really kind of, up until recently, has maintained that classic American kind of standard where it's got, 6 or 8 cylinders, and it's pushing 300 plus horsepower and 400 plus horsepower out of the V8. So, who knows? The new 2.3, it's supposed to have an overboost function or something in the 2018, which might bring the thing up to 350 horsepower like the Focus RS, and that wouldn't be terrible. That'd be pretty nice, even. That's a big number for a small 4-cylinder engine. But you know, I guess time will tell, and we'll see more when it actually releases. But you know, Ford finally released some official images and so on and so forth. So some people like it, some people hate it, and that's really, I guess that's really all that there is to it at this point. Not a lot has been said, but we have seen it. We do know what it looks like, and we kind of know what to expect from it. I've also heard rumors that, I don't know if anything has been said about this yet, but I've also heard rumors that the GT Performance package, or even all of them, are going to come equipped with a variant of the MagneRide suspension out of the GT350, which that's a pretty big deal. That'll really improve the car's handling and performance. So, you know, it might be a trade-off. You might be trading the good looks for a car that drives and handles and goes really, really well. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I hope that you enjoyed this short little update about the 2018. I got a lot of great feedback so far on the video from yesterday. Lots of great comments, and you know, a few of you guys like it. A lot of you seem to kind of hate it, but we'll see soon enough, I suppose. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Stay awesome, and